The United Nations has warned that food insecurity is rising sharply in Myanmar in the wake of a military coup and a deepening financial crisis. An analysis by the World Food Programme says up to 3.4 million more people will struggle to afford food in the next 3 to 6 months in Myanmar. In a statement, the WFP's country director for Myanmar, Stephen Anderson, urged a concerted response to prevent what he called an alarming deterioration in food security. The warning comes amid the junta's deadly crackdown on people opposing the military coup, which overthrew Aung San Suu Kyi's government in February. The unrest and strikes have already hit businesses, banking, logistics, and transport. The coronavirus pandemic has also taken a heavy toll on Myanmar's economy. Phil Roberson is the Deputy Asia Director at Human Rights Watch and joins us now. Phil, welcome. If you can just please put this into perspective for us, just how bad is the situation in Myanmar following the military coup there?
Well, it's quite clear there's a tug of war going on between the people of Myanmar and the military, which is trying to repress their protests and repress their rights. We are seeing a civil disobedience movement, the CDM, which has essentially shut down the economy with a mass general strike. And that has been going on really since the middle of February. And that is part of the reason that the economy is in such distress, because ultimately the people are saying we are refusing to allow the government of this military junta to take control of our lives and rule ours. And what they've done is they've refused to go to work, and they've refused to participate in the economy. However, it's now causing this very serious humanitarian situation that the WFP has pointed out. And I think that, it's important that the WFP get the humanitarian assistance to people, but we're quite concerned that the military will try to block that, or will try to seize those supplies, as we've seen the Myanmar military do in the past.
So, Phil, what can international bodies do to alleviate the situation and essentially try and avoid provide access, food access and other essential supplies to the people of Myanmar by avoiding the military junta?
Well, I think they need to work with Myanmar civil society. They have to work with the CDM, and they have to work with the various different NGOs on the ground in Myanmar, and also some of the international NGOs that have been working in Myanmar for many years. These are trusted partners of the people. Assistance that is provided to them will reach the grassroots, will reach the people in need. Keep it out of the hands of the Myanmar military. The Myanmar military is trying to use any sort of tool it can to break the back of the people's movement for democracy and human rights in Myanmar. And, they will use food aid, they'll use force, as they're doing now. They've killed over 715 people since the protests start. They've arrested over 3,000 people, most who have been enforcibly disappeared. Nobody really knows where they are. Quite clearly, this is a government that is desperate to do whatever it can to, force its will on the people of Myanmar, who are unwilling to go back to the dark days of military dictatorship in Myanmar.
Okay, Phil, thank you very much indeed for that. Phil Roberson there, the Deputy Asia Director at Human Rights Watch, joining us out of Bangkok.